I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. These lines from the popular song, "The Greatest Love of All," by American singer Whitney Houston, really underscore for me the essence of education. Because education is about hope for the future. And I certainly think we've seen this tonight with our young people. All of us are here today because we have benefited from education in our own countries and our own cultural contexts. So I want you for the next few minutes to reflect on how education has impacted your life. Think about it. Because of education, you know how to read, you know how to write, and you know how to work numbers. Because of education, you know right from wrong. Because of education, you have a job that enables you to make enough money to live in a relatively comfortable fashion. Because of education, you know how to take care of yourself. For example, you know how to look both ways when you cross the road. Because of education, you know how to drive a car, or ride a bicycle, or operate other forms of machinery. Because of education, you can work all of those iPods, pads, and phones. Because of education, you know that a dog is not a cat, and vice versa. Because of education, many of you know how to swim, dance, sing, play cards, and shoot pool. Not necessarily in that order. Because of education, you understand what I'm saying right now. And because of education, you have stimulating conversations with other people for the most part, most of the time. So think about this. The impact of your education has come from a lifetime of teachable moments, both large and small, that have occurred both within school and out of school, and from both formal teachers and informal teachers. So as you reflect on the impact of education on your own life, it becomes clear that education is about gaining knowledge, it's about developing the proper forms of conduct, and it's about acquiring technical competency. Now, I would argue that the fundamental purpose of education is to create good human beings. Education is vital to the healthy growth and development of one's personality, as psychology tells us. Education also serves as the means to bring about desired change in a society. Witness what happened in Egypt back in February of this year. Education serves as a means to develop oneself, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. Therefore, I would assert that at its most basic level, the true importance of education lies in making beings human, to produce human beings. So for me, the importance of education in producing human beings leads me to my vision of what I would call an enlightened world society. Now, my societal vision draws much of its impetus from the wisdom of great thinkers and activists throughout history whose idealism inspired the possibility of a better world. Idealists such as Buddha, Confucius, Plato, Mohammed, Jesus, Thomas More, Henry David Thoreau, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela. These thinkers and activists all had the courage to communicate their vision of an alternative reality in very, very eloquent terms. The universality of their ideas has withstood the test of time. These ideas make a significant contribution to the philosophy underlying my positive vision for the world. Now, considering the profound changes which have recently occurred across the world, I think that a discussion of a new world vision is critical. Such a vision should focus on the emergence of an enlightened world society, a society that is built on commonalities of human experience. So within this context, let me share for you what I consider to be an enlightened world society. For me, such a society would be one where the family unit, in all its many variations, is a highly valued institution worth preserving at all costs. It is a society where newborn babies do not die from poor health care and young children do not starve to death, where teenagers survive adolescence and older people live out the final years of their life in dignity, respected for their wisdom. It is a society where the frustration which underlies all forms of violence is effectively channeled into constructive energy and the strength within each individual is optimized. It is a society where people who are in positions of authority recognize the boundaries of their power and mete out justice in a fair and humane manner, seeking to resolve conflict, not escalate it. It is a society where political leaders have true long-term vision and can express themselves honestly, openly, and fully about the global issues that really matter, rather than babbling in tired cliches that are packaged for 20-second sound bites. It is a society where there is respect for and celebration of all forms of human diversity, where individuals recognize their interconnectedness and realize that the uniqueness that strengthens the bonds of the human family. This is a society where there is true respect for planet Earth and the forces of nature, where human beings acknowledge their interconnectedness with the planet. Recognizing that there is no other place to go, nations get serious about cooperatively protecting this tiny blue sphere that we live on, without considering whether or not it is cost-effective. It is also a society where human beings from every corner of the planet engage in meaningful dialogue about issues that really matter, such as sustaining the global environment, striving for global peace, and abolishing all forms of intolerance, rather than wasting time and energy arguing about non-issues such as political boundaries, the sanctity of flags, or whether one religion is holier than another. It is also a society where the human race will be able to rise to moral heights that will match their technological achievements. And finally, in order for all of this to be realized, it is a society where education is equitable across social, cultural, and economic boundaries, and all individuals have a chance at developing knowledge and skills for success. And all children are educated to be true citizens of the world. Now, an enlightened society would be one that is proactive. It is a global society that initiates problem solving before problems actually become problems. It is a world that looks beyond today or next week, instead engaging in strategic planning for 1, 10, 100, or even 1,000 years into the future. The citizens of such an enlightened world society will use both their human and environmental resources to sustain global interconnectedness and well-being. So given my vision, we must talk about education and ask, how, on a global scale, are we attempting to develop beings that are human? Now, as Dr. Gordon has already told you, in 1990, UNESCO, the United Nations Economic, Social, and Cultural Organization, launched an international initiative known as Education for All, EFA, to bring benefits of education to every citizen in every society. Now, in order to realize this aim, UNESCO committed itself to achieving 6 specific education goals. And I'm sure over the next several days we will be talking about these 6 goals.